Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Supernatural Selection. I'm your host, Kevin the Bastard. With me this week are Mike the Skeptic. Mike, how are you this week?
I am fat and sassy.
Awesome. And we've got Mr. David Davis. David, how are you this week?
I almost died. It snowed for 15 minutes down here in Southern California, and I could not get over it.
Cry me a frickin' river. God.
That's way worse than when it rains for like half an hour, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was in my apartment looking out the window and seeing snow come down, and I just felt my life flash before my eyes.
Oh, yeah. No, that happens here, too, because if snow comes from the sky, even if it doesn't stick, people just will drive off the road. It's insane. Yeah, meanwhile, we've been like 80 degrees all week. So.
Not high
must be
70s,
nice.
But yeah.
I don't know. It's not that great. It feels miserable.
Look, you don't know miserable. Wait till the freaking 99-degree summer hits. That's miserable.
Yeah.
This has been fine.
Well, not for me. I don't know. We'll see. So, it's a weekend weird. And we have got some stories lined up. And Mike, you go first.
Me? Oh, shit, I'm on the spot. Damn.
I heard you rattling that paper to get chips.
I was moving the chips out of my way.
But it was chips.
Yes, they were chips. There was a bag of tortilla chips.
It was both Ponch and John.
But I was moving them, not to open and eat them, because I'm still full from having eaten chicken.
There are like 3 people out there that just got that Ponch and John joke.
Oh,
I was one of them.
Yeah, okay, well, 2 people.
I didn't get the joke.
Chips.
Oh.
Poncherelli,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it.
California Highway
chips. Now
Patrol. Wow.
I have that stuck in my head.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to figure out which one I want to do first. I guess we'll start with kind of something we've covered before, which was the the balloons that were shot down.
Oh, hey, yeah, USAF. Remember those?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
now that the news cycle's over?
Yeah, one definitely Chinese balloon of questionable intent.
Yes.
But of the other objects, one of them may have been, in fact, a Illinois hobbyist club's balloon. A little hobby.
That's terrible.
Yeah, a small globe-trotting balloon declared missing in action by an Illinois-based hobbyist group on February 15th has emerged as a candidate to explain one of the 3 mystery objects shot down by 4 heats. Okay, so she used 4 heat-seeking missiles to shoot down 3 objects.
Wow.
Didn't realize that.
That's expensive.
Since February 10th. Yeah, those things are like $250,000 each.
Yeah.
Now here's the question. Did they miss, or did like one balloon tank 2 hits?
Oh, that's a good question.
Titanium balloons.
Considering the size, I'm assuming they just missed. Maybe, or, exploded, but it wasn't close enough.
I was going to say, it was a real tough balloon if it took 2.
No shit.
No, that was the actual alien one.
Oh, right. Yeah, that was Zipnax people coming to pick him up.
So there's no hard evidence, but the circumstantial evidence is pretty strong in the fact that the club's silver-coated Pico balloon basically looks like a giant Mylar party balloon.
Yes.
Well, not party, but, get well or happy birthday.
Yeah, the ones you get from the florist.
Yeah. So reported its last position on February 10th at 38,000 feet, or 38,900 feet, off the west coast of Alaska. And that is the exact time, location, and altitude that there was an intercept.
Oh.
I just feel so bad for this balloon club because
I know.
First they're like, well, what happened to our balloon? And then they see the news and like, oh, shit.
God damn it. Yeah.
So, and the thing is that these kind of things happen, people use these kind of balloons a lot, it turns out. It's just that usually they're so small, they don't get reported. The like we talked about before, the NORAD radar picks these up, but it filters them out because it just assumes they are too small or too slow moving to be of importance. So
and then they took the filter off.
Yeah, for instance, so a stealth aircraft you think of stealth fighters and things and bombers and stuff, they aren't undetectable by radar, but they greatly greatly reduce their cross section, so they look like a smaller object. So generally, it's been reported that Gen 1 stealth aircraft reported on radar to be about the size of a large bird, like a hawk or something like that. And that's like the F-117 generation, and so they filter those out, but they also filter by speed, because a bird going 900 miles an hour isn't really a real bird, is it?
Guys, I think I discovered a rocket duck.
Yeah. But so this small, slow moving objects have generally been filtered, but after the scare of the first one, they took them off, and what do you know, we got like several of them. Not a billion, but several. So, there's been some questioning whether there should be like a, because right now, when you say you own an airplane, General Aviation, a Cessna or something like that. If you want to fly somewhere, if you're going to be above a certain altitude, you have to file a flight plan.
Right.
Now, with a balloon, obviously, you can't have a flight plan per se. But you would think there would be some method of tracking these. At least, have a thing. And these balloons, some of these balloons obviously report their location back. So you'd think there would just be a place where they could say, okay, we have an anomaly in this area. Look at the website or whatever. Okay, well, there's 3, amateur balloons in this area. Could that be one of them? But there's no thing like that right now.
Well, that's great. That's great to know. I'm so glad.
But before, it hasn't really been an issue. It also makes me wonder. So there's been, I don't know if either of you keep track of like hobbyist drones.
Not in particular.
Right now, they've passed a lot of laws because pilots kept seeing drones like around airports, sure, but they've reported seeing drones outside of airports. And it's like in places you would think you couldn't actually have a drone. And I've always wondered, well, what could it have been? Near an airport, it kind of makes sense if it's like, within, a couple 100 feet of the ground. But, when they say they've seen drones at 2, 3, 4,000 feet, it's like, not really. I don't think so.
But
it could have been a balloon.
Could have been, or aliens.
But right now, like, I have a little drone. It's under a half a pound, so I don't have to register it. But if you have, it's like right at the limit. It's like if you added an ounce of weight to it, I would have to basically register it with the FAA and, get a tail number for it and put it on the drone. So it'd have its own little, it kind of sounds cool though, if you have a little number, identifying number on your drone.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you attach the grenade to it for self-defense purposes,
I was going to say
a
camera, but, David wanted to get us in trouble, so.
But yeah, so... but of course, if you have anything bigger, like, so this is a tiny drone. It's like, when it's folded up, you could fit it in a pocket. So any of the bigger drones that, would fit in something the size of a suitcase,
those have to be,
you have to be registered. Or if you're flying any drone at all for like a commercial reason, like if you're a real estate appraiser and you use your drone to get aerial photos,
which I've known some,
you have to register that because that's a commercial purpose. Even if you're not selling the pictures, if it's part of a business.
You're still using them as part of your business. So
the drones got really clamped down on just because of this fear that, they would be involved in a just airstrike with a civilian or a commercial aircraft.
Right.
So I'm afraid with this becoming, and drones were also in the public eye, so they saw it. With balloons starting to become in the public eye now because of all this, I'm afraid there might be some clampdowns on hobbyists and small balloons.
Right. Which, I guess that's a world we live in post 9/11.
And I mean, it's all bullshit though, because
Yeah.
So I understand like a giant commercial drone that weighs like 10 pounds or something, but in a battle between a 1.5 pound hobbyist class drone that's made of, plastic and designed to be as light as possible versus a 767 or something, guess which one's going to win?
Yeah,
These things are designed to take,
Here's a question. What if it got sucked into a turbine?
I mean, but that happens with birds all the time. And birds can be, way heavier than drones, and, they're full of liquids and meat.
You're
making me hungry.
Yeah.
The thing that I'm thinking about is you couldn't make Up nowadays because Up would have ended very differently with all these new rules.
Yeah, no, they would have been shot down by F-22s.
Oh my God! Yeah, there appears to be a large shoot it down. Yes.
Yeah, that house definitely appears on radar really well.
I'm just picturing that guy from the Iron Giant. Launch a damn missile!
Damn, I kind of want someone to cut,
that together.
Footage of that. Yeah, the Iron Giant and Up.
Well, I feel really bad for that amateur ballooning club because holy shit.
I feel bad for all of them because I'm afraid
alternately
the moral panic will set in.
Yeah, alternately, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's
like
something
that is a badge of honor.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, you say the U.S. government spent, $250,000 to shoot down our balloon.
And all I get was this crummy T-shirt.
Yeah. And also it's kind of a world I never knew about. I knew about other balloons, but I didn't know like pico balloons were kind of a thing.
That's, well, anything can be turned into a hobby or a fetish.
Yeah. I'm going to leave that there.
Yeah, just leave that laying in the floor like the dead thing it is. Well, thank you for that, Mike.
It was fun.
It's good to come back to the balloon thing, even though apparently the news has moved on. Mm-hmm. Like we said it would.
And here, I just saw a paragraph that I thought was funny. The pico ballooning community is nervous about the negative attention by some members of Congress and the White House.
Oh, Lord.
Turns out the pico ballooning community is just a front for drug smuggling.
Oh, man.
Well,
yeah, well, don't launch the balloon with a picture of El Chapo on it, okay?
And I didn't say this came to us via Aviation Net Week Network.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Cool. David, you want to go next?
Sure. So, guys, you hear anything interesting coming out of Mexico?
Well, there was that time when we were shooting the movie and our microphone rig picked up Mexican shortwave radio.
Yeah, and I did just mention El Chapo.
Yeah.
There you go. So the president of Mexico tweeted out a photo of an elf.
I heard about that.
I have the picture of the elf in Host Talk for you, and I'm going to read a little bit of this article.
I believe I've seen this picture.
So
yeah.
Let me get my reading glasses on.
I saw an article that said he had serious proof of an elf, and this is the proof?
This is the proof.
Okay, well, go ahead.
So So this is a this is an article from the Washington Post written by Brian Petch. Mexico's president claimed he had a photo proof of a mythical elf. ? Why? So, Mexican President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador claimed that he had photo evidence of a mystical elf-like creature and has set the internet alight. It also left many wondering, why was he tweeting this? Everything is mystical, Lopez Obrador wrote on Twitter over the weekend with a picture of a veiled creature with glowing eyes perched in a tree. He said it was an Aluxe, a mischievous being in Mayan lore.
I saw the pictures of those mischievous beings from Mayan lore, and I think it's interesting that they're wearing long, pointy hats.
While the president, known as AMLO, I guess...
AMLO?
AMLO, those are his initials.
That's a fucking organization you don't want to be a member of.
Right. Has a reputation for being a bit eccentric, with rambling hours-long daily news conferences and a belief that religious amulets could ward off COVID. His elf tweet achieved a new level of whimsy.
This is sounding a lot like Jim Jones at the end.
Quote, even by AMLO standards, I think it was received as one of his most bizarre sort of interventions, said Pablo Calderon Martinez, a professor of politics and international relations at Northeastern University, London. This is insane. This is just insane so far.
Yeah.
Lopez Obrador said Saturday that the photo was taken 3 days ago by an engineer working on his expansive and expensive Mayan train project. But the photo appears to be more than 2 years old. A seemingly identical image was posted on Twitter on February 9th, 2021, by a man who said the creature, which he described as a witch, was spotted in the northern state of Nuevo Leon. A reverse image showed that the photo had been circulating for at least a few days before that. An Indonesian news site published an article 2 years ago saying the picture was taken on February 4th, 2021. It left many wondering why the president of Mexico felt the need to share it on Twitter. Did he believe it was real? Did he know the photo was probably more than 2 years old? Was it a genuine nod to Maya culture, or were there other motivations? The answer so far is as elusive as an eluxe. Okay. It's a very, very strange story.
I've got two things to say about this photo. Number one, I'm willing to wager this started on something awful.
It has that vibe.
Yeah. And number two, to describe what I'm looking at, I'm going to say one sentence. Grandma, get out that dang tree!
Well, there is possible motivation for why he did this.
Okay, please elaborate.
And it's going to start with a fantastic quote from Calderon Martinez.
Okay.
All right, so...
Nice
quote,
pronunciation, by the way.
Yeah, I'm terrible at it, but thank you. Quote, if you throw a dead cat on the table, everyone's going to be talking about the dead cat on the table, right?
Yeah.
Calderon Martinez said. So that's what he does. He starts talking about the eluxe, the mystical elf in the forest. The tweet also brought attention to Lopez Obrador's signature Tren Maya project, an ambitious and controversial attempt to revitalize southern Mexico, a region long forgotten by other leaders. And so this construction zone is a $15 billion project to create a tourist train line to connect the resorts from Cancun, Cozumel, and Playa del Carmen, destinations popular with foreign tourists, to the Maya sites and communities in the country's most impoverished region. And it's also a very controversial project. The project has divided Mexico. Construction has involved gutting a football field-wide gash through the Maya forest and dismantling and removing tens of thousands of artifacts.
Oh, fuck that.
So, yeah,
This is some bullshit. This is political maneuvering bullshit.
Yeah, and as far as what the eluxe is, this is according to Yucatan magazine. It's similar to a Celtic leprechaun. They're thought to be invisible beings who appear when they want to help or scare humans. Anyone who's ever adventured through the jungles of the Yucatan, the magazine reported, had eluxes as traveling companions. So yeah, they're basically Mexican leprechauns.
Yeah. Would it be wrong if I called them Mexicans?
Probably.
Okay, I won't do that. But I mean, that fits in with what we know about Fae and whatnot, because a lot of cultures have stories of tiny tricksters, like the Puckwudgie, or the Red Dwarf, or what have you.
So there's not a whole lot to this story aside from the fact that, the fucking president of Mexico tweeted out a photo of an elf.
Yeah, okay, fair. Or an elf witch, whatever.
Right. It's a great photo. It's just, creepy enough to work, and it's vague enough and everything like that. It could just be it also could just be a meth addict in a tree. I'm
inclined to believe that.
Yeah. So, if I saw that outside my window at 3 a.m, I'd freak out.
Oh God. Yeah.
But that's the other question. If this was taken, if this was taken on site during construction or whatever, why is it at night?
Who the fuck works at night in the jungle?
Right.
and that's just, there's so much noise in there. It could be anything.
Yeah. This is shitty trail cam. This could be actually, what this could be, and this is far more interesting to me, what if this is the rare Western Hemisphere ape?
There you go. That could
You
be
know,
fun.
the one that was, it kind of looks like that ape they had the photo of being held up by the stick. Mm-hmm. To me.
Like, I can see it.
So,
Because when I'm trying to identify, like, I see where the head is. Is that like a veil, or is that
It looks
like a
like-
clearing, or a
it looks
halo?
like a
What is that?
it looks like a horribly burned nun.
You're exactly right.
I
Yeah.
mean, if it's an elf, it'd be a drow.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It does kind of look like a drow.
I mean, the face is like the darkest part of it.
And its eyes are... You know, it looks like something out of Resident Evil.
There you go.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just vile marketing for the next Resident Evil game.
Oh, man, I'm a laugh if it turns out Mexico got like a big kickback from Capcom.
But I do want to point out that this was the president of Mexico, and I don't follow international politics a whole lot.
I don't either.
Or at least, you know, I don't follow what's going on in Mexico.
Right.
But, like, the fact that he has a reputation for shit like this is very impressive to me, and I'm going to look into it.
Yeah, it's a very... I don't know, it feels very Trumpish.
Yeah, you know, it makes sense. So
I don't know. I don't know. It definitely...
We've got this new batch of world leaders who are very much of that vein.
I don't like this season of Earth.
Right?
I kind of want to go back and watch the DVDs of the old seasons.
Oh, I mean, this season's. I mean, it's still status quo. I guess nothing's.
I don't know. All I know is I'm watching Succession, and God, the people on there are more likable than some of the shits we've got now. But nonetheless, that's a burnt up monkey nun, and it's kind of disturbing.
Yeah, and you know, in this article and this picture's just all over the place. This picture's been around for a while, so
Yeah.
like you're gonna be able to find info on it. But
Oh, yeah.
I
Just
thought
look
we
up-
should talk about it because it was in the news cycle.
Yeah, you can just look up Mexican president monkey nun, or sorry.
I typed in Mexican elf and it pulled up.
Yeah, okay. Don't type in Mexican monkey nun. That's just me.
Kind of want to invert the colors to see what it looks like because it really looks very negative.
There, don't be so negative, Mike. Hang
Well, I mean,
on.
like
I'm
the
gonna,
tree is very bright.
well, you know what?
Enhance.
I'm gonna save this to my desktop and do that while someone's reading their story next. But I am gonna go next.
Okay.
This is an article I found on Popular Mechanics, which I was under the impression used to be a credible site. A tiny ape-like humanoid may still be living in plain sight, scientist says. Don't be shy, little guy. By Tim Newcomb, published February 16th, 2023. The scientific community believe a small species of human known as Homo florensinensis once lived on the island of Flores, Indonesia, around 50,000 years ago. But one professor thinks the ape-like humanoids could still live there. Evolution be damned! Think of this as the hunt for Bigfoot, only with a much smaller target. Forth has studied the Homo florensinensis for roughly 4 decades, first when at the University of Oxford and then at the University of Alberta. He wrote a book in 2022, Between Ape and Human, an anthropologist on the trail of hidden hominid. And The Debrief recently ran an interview with Forth on the quest. Basically, guys, you remember The Hobbit that they discovered the remains of
Yeah.
on Florence? He thinks they're still there.
Okay, now if they have Florence, have they found the machine yet?
I want to throw a banana at you.
Sorry.
But there is no sign of a machine. But the creatures have human-like upright gait, come hairier than humans, but not as hairy as apes, and have a distinct ape-like face, according to the Leo People's encounters that they related to Forth. So, you know, there are sightings that the people say are there, and I've read a little bit about this, and it's kind of like the orang pendek. They say that they steal babies and eat them. So, there's also theories that this might be a tribal memory of early encounters of them 50,000 years ago through oral tradition, which I'm like, I don't know that oral tradition lasts that long. I'm just saying.
Well, I was going to make a very lowbrow joke about oral not lasting long, but yeah.
Well, depends.
Woo.
She doing it right? Anyway, so let's move on. Essentially, Fourth believes that these creatures are still alive, and no one else thinks they are. Because that's how this always works. There's one dude with a theory.
Yep. And when he gets proven right, he's going to be able to rub it in everybody's face.
You know, he might get one of these little hobbit people to rub it in their faces instead, seeing as they're part ape.
Now, see, when you describe this, I keep thinking, do you remember South Park with Dr. Mephisto and his little clone guy?
Kevin was the thing's name. Its name was Kevin. Mephisto and Kevin.
I'm just picturing this guy dressed as Mephisto, and then he's going to find one of these little guys.
And it's going to be dressed just like him.
Yeah.
And it's going to look like little Kevin.
Yep.
Which it turns out was a clone of Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
He was a tiny cross between Michael Jackson and a gopher. I can't believe I remember
lore,
that.
man. That's some deep lore.
Yeah. Well, Primus did a song about it, so it was catchy.
There you go.
So that's what I got for the first one for mine tonight. I just think it's interesting that there's a scientist saying they may still be there due to reports from the natives still happening now.
I mean, I guess that's fair.
And I mean, that's the basic definition of a cryptid. It might not be, you know, the hobbits. It might just be an undiscovered primate.
Yeah.
So I don't see a reason to not look for something out there if there are modern sightings of it. You know, just, you know.
The trick is to convince people with money to invest in tracking it.
Exactly. What we do is we tell them it's delicious.
That's your solution for everything is to eat it.
You know, that is something
hungry?
for the new bingo card.
Fucking prove me wrong.
Yeah. That's something for the new bingo card is like we talk about eating some cryptid or extinct species.
Eating
Kevin wants to eat it.
Does Kevin want to eat it? Yeah.
But to be fair, I don't think there's much Kevin doesn't want to at least try to eat.
Look, I'll eat people as long as you don't tell me the name. All right?
There you go.
I've said it before.
Kevin
I
wants
would
some of that
never,
succulent long pig.
I would never eat a human that I know. So
a stranger who knows.
If we're on an airplane and we're about to crash into the side of a mountain and there's a soccer team around us, you better get to know me real goddamn quick. If you don't want to get eaten. All right, that's a little far afield, but nonetheless, let's get out there and see how this monkey guy tastes. So, Mike, what have you got for your next story?
So I'm trying to, let's see. So another recap. I'm pretty sure we've talked about the Havana syndrome before.
Yes, that's always interesting.
So,
Wasn't that a Dirty Dancing sequel?
Yes.
No, that was Havana Nights.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry.
Havana syndrome was about interracial love, right? That's Jungle Fever.
That's completely different.
Havana syndrome is when you're a diplomat and you come down with a mysterious illness.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
There you go.
So, the new report posted on the Washington Post Wednesday. It says Wednesday. Was this Wednesday? Yes, it was this Wednesday. So I'm current.
Yeah.
It's based on 5 unnamed sources from the U.S. intelligence community that an internal report concluded it's, quote, very unlikely that it was an enemy energy weapon of some form.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, since 2016, there's been plenty of these reports, right, of diplomats and their attaches, and
right,
being, becoming ill, having weird symptoms.
Yeah, nausea, dizziness.
Hearing piercing sounds and pressure in their head.
And mental fog, basically, thoughts
Yeah.
coming difficult. Yeah.
And it's not just Havana, but it's just those the first.
That was the
one.
first place.
And I think it's just all the cocaine benders, really.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, you're just out there doing all the coke, and the aliens in your head want to get out.
Do you think I don't know. Never mind. I was going to make a joke about, do you think they've ever done enough cocaine where their head swells like the leader from the Incredible Hulk?
Probably. But, so, I don't know. I never really could peg. It seemed, I always struggled with what was the point. Like, if it was someone with some weird energy weapon, that the uncomfo ray.
That sounds like something from Phineas and Ferb, like Doofenshmirtz with the
Yes.
Uncomfonator. Discomfortator. There we go.
I'm going to make these diplomats feel bad.
Yeah. I mean, nobody died from Havana Syndrome, did they? Or was there like one death?
I don't think
it's
I think there was no deaths directly attributed to it. I'm sure some of these people have died in the meantime.
Well, it was because Perry the Platypus was there.
Ah, yes.
A platypus?
Perry the Platypus! God dang it.
I love that show.
Yeah.
So, following years of leaked reports of the ongoing investigation, a 2022 CIA report also confirmed it wasn't caused by a foreign agency. In
So it was the CIA.
It may be a homegrown false flag operation.
Damn
AstroTurfed. In 2021, a leaked scientific review from the State Department concluding it wasn't because of microwave weapons. So, I mean, who knows? It's one of those things that, it's widespread enough so there's something there.
What if diplomats just do that?
I mean, what if it's just, the natural American's reaction to foreign water?
There's not enough fluoride in it. I'm dying.
My teeth! It's your teeth trying to go back up into your gums is what's happening. Because of the fluoride.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah. Now, I hate to derail this, but Mike, if you'll look in Host Talk, I reversed the colors, and you'll be shocked at just how little there is to see.
Yes.
In fact, it's even more difficult. It's just white.
Yeah, well,
It looks like looks like when you press your eyes with your eyes closed, and it's just the fucking veins on the inside of your eyelids.
I was gonna suggest that maybe it fought the Balrog and came back as Mexican Elf the White.
Fry, you fools! Oh Lord.
Andale, senors.
no, it definitely doesn't bring anything like I was hoping it would.
No, it's not like maybe if we encoded it into sound and played it backwards, it would be like Iron Butterfly or something.
Like honestly, it just looks like a monkey.
It does. It looks more like a monkey.
Like maybe a monkey that snatched some wig.
Maybe a monkey woman.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know how it works. Look, according to every animated movie I've ever seen, males look like normal animals and females are sexy. All right? That's what every animated film about animals has taught me.
Maybe it was just like, a peeper, like just climbed up the tree. Like, I want to see some hot construction workers.
At night.
I
don't know. Now I'm just sitting here thinking about, well, how can you tell it's a female? Well, it's giving me fuck me eyes.
The camera, they said that took it, what did they say? Was it supposed to be one of these, security or trail cam kind of things?
It didn't
say anything.
So, one, it seems to be an infrared camera of
Yeah.
some form. Two, it's looking up, obviously, looking up. That makes no sense. If it's a security or other trail type camera. So I don't know. It's
It's
it seems
Photoshop.
it seems like he told someone, "Hey, put on this hood, get in that tree, and I'm going to take a picture of you."
You know, alternately, it may not be a nun's hood thing. It may just be somebody's work shirt
It might just
on
be a
their
hoodie.
head.
Dude had his friend take off his clothes, put the shirt on his head, and hang out in a tree for the lulls.
Yeah, for the lulls. This is, oh boy, man, the lulls are gonna be the end of us. So, all right. Well, there's that. And what did we just get done talking about? Havana syndrome.
Yeah.
Yes, Havana syndrome.
That sounds like it'd make a great cocktail.
The Havana syndrome.
Yeah.
Mike,
Yeah. Knocks
Mike,
on your
that-
ass.
That's your next job.
Havana Club rum. Let's see.
Fireball.
No, not Fireball. I mean, we are looking to make people sick here, but not that sick.
Okay, that's fair. How about Jaeger?
No, I'll work on this. I'll workshop
Okay,
it.
all right.
Yeah,
Michael
yeah.
workshop
For
it.
next week in Weird, you got to give us the Havana syndrome.
Yeah.
All right.
And we still need to go back to coming up with ideas for cocktails for episodes.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, we kind of let that one die with Ingo Swan. I hate that.
Oh, it's just we've all got shit going on.
Yeah, we kind of
I'll do it later.
Yeah. All right, David, what have you got?
Well, gentlemen, anime is real.
The hell you say?
Yeah. So a Super Saiyan orb washed up in Japan.
I've got something to say about this when you're done.
Okay. So, there was a large orb that washed up on the shore in Japan. Basically, large metal orb. Not pretty nondescript, but everybody was making the Dragon Ball joke. Unfortunately, though,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, though, it is basically just a buoy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so first reported by Japan's Asahi News, this strange spherical object appeared to have washed up on a beach on the coastal city of Hamamatsu. This is from The Bite. I have a link. I'll have a link to it in the show notes. There's an article from Noor Al-Sabai. So the ball was x-rayed and investigated by a police bomb squad, and after being unable to figure out what the thing is, the lack of explanation has raised even more questions about what this weird beachside apparition is. As the BBC and The Guardian later reported, runaway speculation is that the mysterious orb... there's been a bunch of speculation. A lot of people suggesting it was anything from like a spy balloon to a Dragon Ball, which is... They call it a Dragon Ball, but that's not what the Dragon Ball is.
No, it's a Saiyan pod.
Yeah, it's literally... Yeah, so I'm very upset having read that now.
I'm triggered.
But yeah, one of the most plausible explanations is that the ball... looks to be made of iron due to its rusty appearance, is a buoy of some sort. And mooring buoys do tend to have metal shells.
Okay.
And this is, of course, one of several spheres that have been washed up on shores in recent years. 2 years ago, to the day after, another, albeit much shinier metal sphere was found washed up on the beach in the Bahamas in the end of February 2021. In that case, though, the etchings on the object allowed the investigators to deduce the ball was was Russian in origin and possibly fallen from a spacecraft. But yeah, there's more. Like in 2019, an escaped mooring buoy was found at San Diego's Black's Beach after it had initially been spotted a few years prior, and in that case, the metallic orb was welcomed back like an old friend. Having been to Black's Beach, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Wow, that's sad.
Yeah. So more than likely, obviously there's a lot of attention on this due to the balloon stuff that's been happening.
Sure, but this seems...
Yeah, so it's just a very rusty mooring buoy, most likely.
Well, that's depressing.
But still, like, hey, the Dragon Ball is here, you know what I mean?
Yeah, great. Here comes Vegeta. We're all dead. Now,
oh, man, can you imagine if Dragon Ball was real? We'd be so fucked.
Oh, I'd kind of welcome it, to be honest.
Save me, Mr.
Point.
Satan.
So
come on now!
So when I first saw it, I thought since, it's Japan, or, Japan being close to China, I thought, well, maybe it was a pressure vessel from a Chinese space launch, because a lot of a lot of stuff like that gets found. Although generally a spherical pressure vessel like that's going to be smaller. It's going to be more of the size of, say, I don't know, maybe
a beach ball,
about a meter wide.
Yeah. Well, and in the previous sightings, that one in the Bahamas came from a Russian spacecraft, so that makes sense. But given that this one was so rusty, it's been around for a lot longer, probably.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, the color does, although, if it was a upper stage bit, the heating could do weird coloring too, even, 'cause generally those are titanium. The ones that survive are titanium.
Right.
And they survive because they're basically giant spheres, but by the time they get cast off, they're mostly empty. And so, a sphere being kind of like the ideal shape, your surface area, low surface area,
right,
to your volume.
Yeah.
It doesn't burn up as readily, or, being hollow, it's light, but shooting through the atmosphere, so it generally survives, and they have found upper stage or even deorbited satellite fuel tanks that have come down.
Okay,
just because they're so light and they slow down enough during re-entry.
Okay, well, that's interesting.
Hopefully a Gundam will wash up on shore one day. That would make me happy.
Yeah, or a Veritech.
Now, Japan already has a Gundam, and it's kind of lackluster.
Yeah, I mean, it's neat and all.
Like,
and
it's still
huge.
fucking cool, man.
I would love to go see it.
Oh, yeah, but,
it's
they
so
can't.
Slow.
Yeah. So, you know what I thought when I first saw this? Utsunoburu. No, it's Utsurobune.
The hell's that mean?
All right, during the Edo period, let me see, 1803, a round vessel washed up on the Japanese coast in what at the time was the province of Hitachi, now Ibaraki Prefecture.
Hitachi, that's where they make the magic wands.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's the same name. Anyway, a round vessel drifted ashore, and when they opened it, a beautiful red-haired woman came out wearing strange clothing and carrying a box. She could not communicate because she did not speak Japanese, and her craft was marked with mysterious writings. And after a while, they were just like, I don't know what to do with this crazy bitch, and stuck her back in the ship and pushed her back out into the ocean.
I was going to say, is this Lum from Urusei Yatsura?
Well, it did not turn out near as sexy, my friend.
Aw.
They just pushed her back out in the ocean. We're like, well, that's done.
No. See, she asserted herself, so they couldn't have a woman asserting herself.
They're just like, we've seen enough anime to know where this is going.
Yeah,
back in the water you go.
Well, this was old Japan, so
18. Well,
she didn't look.
She didn't have an octopus climbing on her.
They took one look at her unbound feet and were like, ugh. Throw this back.
Giant Western goddess woman, throw her back. But yeah, it was. It happened. It's been recorded recorded as a historical event. Nobody knows what the fuck. So when I found out a big round thing washed up on the beach in Japan, I'm like, ooh, Irish women. So I don't know.
Or,
that's what I thought.
Maybe a Viking.
Possibly. Very true, but I don't know. It's just weird. So,
think about that. And think about how many red-haired anime characters there are now. They really changed their tune, didn't they?
It really did. Oh, what did we do? Why did we push her back out? We could have had like a whole sub-race of
We could have had the first waifu. We could have had the first waifu in Japan.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for that. I've got one from February 28th, 2023 from AP News.
Oh, right.
There was in Charleston, West Virginia. I got two. I'm going to do them both in one because they're short, all right? Charleston, West Virginia. West Virginia officials investigate reports of a powder in the air on some vehicles in the mid-Atlantic and have determined the source. Pollen. People were panicking, thinking it was a deadly terrorist attack, and it was fucking pollen. And,
I can understand the confusion.
well, everyone's been that I've talked to about this is like, what the fuck is wrong with those people? I'm like, is West Virginia? They've had goblins, Mothman, Flatwoods Monster.
Look at the fucking Last of Us, man. Like, you know.
Exactly.
I get it. I get it.
So, naturally, some shit shows up in the air. They panic. And it's pollen. I was like, wow, that is, across multiple counties. And nobody thought pollen. They had to take it to a lab and have it tested. The authorities took it to a lab to have it tested. And they also found, and it was mostly pollen, but there was another chemical in it, David, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Dirt.
Oh, jeez.
Dirt.
That shit'll kill you.
Yeah. Now, my other story, which is also extremely short. Dolphin skull found in someone's luggage in Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike, I've got the shitty animal thing this week. The skull of a young dolphin was found in a piece of luggage last week, according to U.S. Customs and Border Protection.
Oh, it was a young dolphin. No.
Yeah. The luggage had been separated from its owner on an international flight re-entering the U.S. and was then scanned through an X-ray at the Detroit Metropolitan Airport. A skull-like shape was detected, and agents with the CBP and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service identified it as a dolphin upon further investigation.
Do yourself a favor and Google a dolphin skull.
Yeah,
that
I'm
is
looking
horrifying.
At it. Yeah,
that is.
No. That. It's like Donald Duck's skull combined with a plague doctor mask.
It's horrifying.
Yeah, the possession of wildlife items, especially those protected animals, is prohibited, CBP Area Port Director Robert Larkin said. We take wildlife smuggling seriously and work closely with our federal partners at the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to protect wildlife and their habitats. Some fish and wildlife products are subject to restrictions, permits, and prohibitions when entering and leaving the country, including, quote, wild birds, land or marine mammals, reptiles, fish, shellfish, mollusks, or invertebrates, and any animal, part, or product to include skins, tusks, bone, feathers, or egg, the CBP said. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service is now in possession of the skull and will be investigating further. So, a young dolphin skull.
That is horrifying.
Yeah,
Here's a question, guys.
Yeah.
Did he acquire it himself, or did he buy it somewhere?
That's what I didn't want to know. I mean, but do want to know, but don't want to know. But do want to know, but don't want to know.
I just picture
all I know is that I hope he gets punished for whatever he did.
I just picture this son of a bitch at SeaWorld with like one of those little baseball bats truckers use to check their tires, going, come on, you
Jesus
son of a
Christ.
bitch.
God, the dolphin. I'm still looking at these like skulls, these dolphin skulls.
I know,
I
hate it.
I can't picture where the eyes are on this fucking thing.
It's the giant doughy holes that look like they should be just blinking at you going, do you love me, daddy? Ow, why are you hitting me?
It's horrifying. Like it reminds me of that thought experiment, like how like when we like look at fossils and we design dinosaurs, we kind of follow the outline of the fossil and we don't really take into account like feather and fat.
Yeah.
And there's a series of illustrations like, what if aliens found fossils of Earth species and did that same process? So,
have you seen the horrifying idea of what an elephant would look like? Because there's no nose. Which is an elephant with no nose. It's just these teeth. Like, right. With tusks. And it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it really does look like someone murdered Woody Woodpecker.
Right. You know what's also great in that. You know what's also great in that it's very horrifying is a featherless owl.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that. And you know something? This is the first time I've seen something and been like, first off, I don't really want to eat a dolphin. Secondly, I eat tuna, so I have probably eaten a dolphin. So, not as a joke. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I ate tuna in the 80s. I know I've had dolphin. So that's my 2 for this one. I just yeah.
Do Mike, do you have another one, or should I do one more?
Have you done your 2 yet?
I have 2, but I do have a third.
I had a brief one
Okay.
that
Go for it.
I've been on the list for a while, so I'll get it out of the way.
Let's go with it.
Let me find the tab that article was in, because I've opened a lot of tabs since then for some reason.
Close all that porn.
It's not porn. Well, maybe it's,
Not all of it.
brain porn. So I want both of y'all to think back. Kevin, this is probably more relevant for Kevin than you, David, because you're a bit younger.
Okay.
But imagine as a kid or a small child, you're out playing in the park or, in the front yard or something.
Is this woods porn?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not woods porn. But you come across some dog poo.
Yeah.
What does the dog poo look like in your way back past?
Oh, it's white. It's like bone white.
David, does that strike any chords with you?
Yeah, like if it's been there a while.
So now think nowadays. When was the last time you saw white dog poo? It's been a while, hasn't it?
Fuck.
Yeah, until I saw this article, I hadn't realized there was a question I never asked. Where
What
did
happened
the white dog poo go?
What the fuck?
Well, apparently it's a relic of the past, because in at least American dog diets, the makeup of the dog food has changed.
Yeah.
Since the 1970s. It used to be a lot higher in beef and bone meal, 2 ingredients with very high calcium content.
Right.
And since the makeup of the food changed, the white dog poo just doesn't happen anymore.
Well, dang
That's fucking wild.
Things were better then. We need to start grinding up bones and feeding our dogs with them.
And it's not to say all dogs, except for
Right.
some people still feed their dog or give their dog bones to chew on.
Right.
And that would, obviously lead to more whitening of the poop.
Mm-hmm.
But for your average city, dog food bag fed dog, they won't have white poops.
Well, damn, son.
Yeah.
You just learned us something.
And it's a thing I didn't realize I was missing in my life until I was like, oh yeah, dog poop used to be white.
Wow.
Apparently, dogs can also have like green poops if they eat a lot of grass.
I've seen that. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like finding cow shit. It's mostly just grass.
What I want to know is, a friend of ours said that they have a friend that they stay with sometimes, and they cannot leave their weed out because the dog will just eat every bit of weed there is. Like, it's happened on multiple occasions. And I have to wonder what color the weed dog poop would be.
His name is Smuggins the Groovy Dog.
That dog knows what he wants. It's weed.
Damn straight. Name him Shaggy. Man, that's... I don't think about dog poop much.
No, nobody does, thankfully.
But when you mentioned white dog poop...
Yes. You're just immediately taken back to your childhood.
I know. I'm sitting there. I've gone outside because my dad's watching football and the cartoons are off. And we're all standing around in the neighborhood going, wow, Jackson sucks.
There's that white dog turd.
And you know what? The Zoomers, the Gen Z, they're never going to know the experience of remembering that dog poop used to be white.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for them.
It's a cultural loss.
Yeah.
White dog poop.
Right up there with breaking into the abandoned house.
And woods porn.
Now, if you find woods porn, you might want to call somebody because it's probably a sexual predator.
Yeah, it's probably like a honeypot.
Yeah. I wonder if that's what the woods porn was to begin with. Like a Yogi Bear style trap for children.
It was Pedo Bear just, hey, boo-boo, I'm going to get me. Okay, well, I'm going to stop this line of thinking right now.
Shh,
Oh,
be
man.
very, very quiet. I'm hunting children. Oh,
no.
God. Well, thank you for that, Mike. I didn't know I was going to get nostalgic for dog poop, but here we are. David, what you got for your last one before we go into our segments?
Well, speaking of dog shit, KFC is bringing back the Double Down sandwich
God,
on March 6th, 2023. First time since 2014.
Can't wait.
I cannot believe the vast differences between our reactions.
You could get 2 of them on the first day and have a heart attack, go to
Look.
the hospital and eat more.
Our roommate, Gagey Boy, is real excited as, like, I want to get, like, 5.
Right,
that's
Right
so
off.
I was going to read this a little bit real quick.
Go ahead.
The bunless double down sandwich features 2 100% white meat fillets, sandwiching 2 slices of cheese, 2 pieces of crispy hickory smoked bacon with either the Colonel's real mayo or spicy sauce.
My God.
I can
Originally
only get
introduced
so
back in
erect.
2010, KFC sold more than 10 million sandwiches in their first month.
Fuck.
Kevin and I went and got one.
I was not impressed.
I liked
Yeah, I
it.
did not like it.
Ooh.
I mean, I didn't hate it, but I was just like, it's just fucking chicken and bacon.
Yeah, I remember going with my friend Rob, and we're like, because we're just out of high school and shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, no, like we were 5 years out of high school. But
Okay,
no, we
I was
were
gonna
like,
say.
yeah, no, but we were like, let's fucking do this, man. This sounds stupid. And we did it, and we both. I remember we each took a bite out of our respective sandwiches, and then we just kind of like looked at each other. In this moment of clarity, it's like, what are we doing?
I'll say this. KFC knows America, all right? Because this is America the sandwich in a nutshell. And you know what it reminds me of, being along the same lines of? KFC's, quote, famous bowls.
Okay,
Oh,
that was
yes, the
just
famous bowl.
BS.
That was a mini trough.
Although,
I got one.
I will say I've had something similar in the Crystal's breakfast bowl.
Fuck that
That was
thing.
pretty good.
Like all the famous bowl is if you take like a microwave fried chicken dinner and just put it in a bowl.
Yeah, but
It's
it's
all
like
it
a
was.
shepherd's pie of shit.
but it hasn't been in the microwave, so it's like
Yeah.
300 times
It's
better.
KFC. Like I'm
Admittedly,
sure
yes,
part of
but
it's been in the microwave.
Here's
At
the
least the
thing.
mashed potatoes.
Here's the thing about the famous bowl is when I had one, we were on me and my old manager at Rose's were on our way back from trying to get the Laurel store straightened up, which was a nightmare. And we stopped in at KFC, and we both decided, well, we're going to try this famous bowl because how the fuck is it famous if it's brand new? So we get it, and I'm looking at it, and I'm not eating it, and Leggett's just chowing down, and he's like, what's wrong? And I said, it's a fucking trough. We're being slopped.
You know what I miss? They used to have they still have like little chicken sandwiches, like very small ones, but they used to have them called the
Crystal
zingers.
Chick?
The
Oh.
zingers.
Okay,
and
see-
there was like a nacho cheese one that was like really good. I really enjoyed that.
Okay.
And it
Oh, wait, is that
disappeared.
the one where it was like dipped?
No, it wasn't dipped. It was like a little chicken finger sandwich, but it had
Yeah.
like the Taco Bell cheese because
Oh, okay.
it was.
I don't remember
because
those.
KFC Taco Bell. I
Yeah,
used
that's
to
the
work at
same
a place.
fucking company.
Yeah, and then for lunch I'd go to like the combination KFC Taco Bell.
Yeah, we call them clucking bells.
There you go. But
Yeah, I don't remember
Double
those.
Down
Now-
is back.
David, when were you born?
When was I born?
Yes.
87.
Oh, wow. Okay.
January of 87.
All right around the time you were born, KFC had this sandwich, and it was called the Chicken Little.
Yeah,
and
I
it
think
was-
that's what the zinger was.
It
was
was
a
basically
repackaged.
a slider with some chicken meat on it, and a pickle and some mayo.
Yeah,
And it was
yeah,
my
that's,
favorite fucking thing.
that is literally what the zingers were. They repackaged them, but they had one where now imagine that, but it has like nacho cheese on it.
I don't know how I feel about the nacho cheese, but
It was
I'd still
really
eat
good.
it.
It was really good,
I'd
and I
still
miss it
eat
terribly.
Anything that
Yeah.
kind of covers up the taste of KFC chicken is okay.
Yeah, see, I don't like KFC chicken.
I used to like it more.
Kevin, you're just shitting on all the chicken tonight.
No. I'm not shitting on Popeyes.
Okay.
Popeyes
Okay.
makes me shit.
Let me alter my statement. I don't like original recipe. I only do extra crispy.
Both of you heathens. Out now.
I live here.
Well, for those of us
out of
who
the
are
podcast.
for those of us who are more sane, there is going to be a bacon and cheese chicken sandwich where it's one patty with the bacon and cheese on actual fucking
Look,
bread.
Here's
So
the thing.
Yeah, more bread will just clog up your arteries and kill you.
Yeah, that's true. But
Come on, for those Paleo Adkins people, protein.
oh yeah, the carnivores, the ones that are just meat. Hey, my teeth are falling out. What should I do? More meat.
I think even back in the day, I guess I won't have it now, but back then they even had a grilled double down.
They did.
we got some. Yeah, I tried the grilled double down. That was awful as well. Here we go, Mike. This is for you.
Yeah.
Additionally, on Sunday, March 5th, KFC will host a Double Down drop, allowing select fans early access to get a first taste one day before the rest of the country. Superfans will have a chance to sign up for early access at kfcdoubledowndrop.com on March 2nd, so you can do that tonight. Double Down enthusiasts will need to act fast because the pre-order is only available on a first-come, first-served basis for the first 2014 fans.
Oh, you're already fucked. Wait, 2014. Get it?
2014, yeah.
Yeah, so, but I wonder if, what locations, because I doubt that's in Mississippi.
Yeah, Mike ain't driving to Detroit for a double down.
Well, you
Gage
never
might,
know
but
until
I'm
you
not.
try. You never know until you try.
Mike, are you trying?
No.
Oh, okay.
I should
might
mention
look
that this
later.
article was on chewboom.com.
Chew boomed. You know, that reminds me, how's our buddy Alex Chew doing?
Oh, yeah, I should, while you're doing, are you going to do the new segment tonight?
I am. We have a new segment tonight, and I'll let you look up your information real quick.
Yeah.
Our new segment is a thing I decided I'm going to do called Reddit Already, where I go through different Reddits and subreddits and find interesting posts.
Oh no.
Okay,
no.
let's do Alex Chew first because this sounds really good.
The latest video posted 1 hour ago.
Oh God,
Alex Chew is starting a cult. Please join Alex Chew's cult.
Wait, he's
What?
just dead ass saying it's a cult.
dead ass
no.
saying it's a cult.
Oh no. No. I'm posting the link to the video. We'll have to do a special little thing for this.
It is called Alex Chew is starting a cult. Please join Alex Chew's cult. Shall I start this and let the audio come through?
No, let's save this for a
we'll
very
save this.
special patron.
I think you're right. We'll watch it together.
We'll watch it together, yeah.
And do it for Patreon. Holy
I'm so
shit.
sorry. I'm so sorry I stepped on your segment, but you can understand why.
No, dude, this is acceptable.
Oh my god.
I love that he's got the weird Chinese World War I helmet back there.
Oh my god.
Like the Imperial helmet. Oh my god.
I'm so horrified, man. I love it.
I don't know what the fuck to think, man. Holy crap. Okay, so...
I'm sorry.
Well, I feel like a comedian about to go on after Robin Williams now. Jesus. So,
Oh my god.
new segment called Reddit Already. And I decided to go into a Discord I've joined recently called Discordian. r/Discordian. If you're not a member of the Discordians, you can join us by eating hot dogs on Friday. That's pretty much it. And just know that you're a pope. Now, I was looking at the rules for r/Discordian, and the rules are no fucking sausage posting.
Is that like the sausage party where it's just all dudes? Or just literal sausages?
Given the holy nature of hot dogs, I'm guessing it's sausages.
Okay, so hot dogs, as far as tube meats go, hot dogs, frankfurters, yes.
No.
Other sausage. Wait, what?
No, we can't have any hot dogs except on Fridays. Because we're not supposed to eat them on Fridays.
So it's basically like saying Jehovah. It's like blasphemy to. It's so hot dogs are so holy you can't show them.
Yeah, because it's how Eris consoled herself after the original snub. She ate a hot dog, so we can't eat hot dogs except when we eat hot dogs.
Wait. This sounds like the rantings of a crazy person.
Kevin, I'm a most of a drink of rum in. You can't throw these logical fallacies
Mike,
at me.
This is a Monty Python religion. All right, remember that.
Yes.
All right,
I'll forget that now.
And the reason I wanted to do this post in particular is because someone posted, said, new to Discordianism. Hi, everyone. I'm new here. I recently started reading the Principia Discordia, and I enjoy it so far. And what I wanted to know is, how can I engage in practicing Discordianism? Thank you. So, the responses are about what you would expect from an organization that spawned chaos magic and the Church of the Subgenius. Zombo Scott replied with, what do you want to do? Practicing Discordianism is kind of a choose-your-own-adventure thing with lots of side quests. Let's see. One should keep in mind that while Principia is officially amazing, capital letters, it is a product of its time, more than 60 years ago. Best practice is in keeping with the spirit of the thing, which is to disregard what I say and listen to your pineal gland. I'm afraid that generally speaking, Discordianism is a woefully online thing nowadays because we Discordians stick apart and few and far between. I sometimes wonder if there's another Discordian with a 100-kilometer radius and if I could hear their brainwaves with the right equipment.
I think we need to do an episode on Discordianism.
We are. I'm planning it.
Everything you tell me about Discordianism just hurts my brain.
I know, it's silly.
It's all look at me, I'm random.
Yeah, but it's 60 years worth.
Well, yes, that's the problem.
Yeah. Some folks start with the footwork, but I say you do the head work first. Once your head works and your feet work, then you can incorporate some arms. They don't have to be yours. After that, you can really get into the groove. And someone replied to that with, instructions unclear, ended up in an arms race.
Quentin Tarantino always starts with the footwork.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, someone said, remember, you cannot use Discordianism until it has been properly installed. Here's a handy guide to help you get started. And it is instructions on the creation of a automatic transmission. One of my favorite things, though, was somebody said, I came here looking for technical support with my Discord server and stayed for the hot dogs.
That's fun. I like it.
I know, Kevin, and the Discordians have a great thing called Operation Mindfuck.
Kevin, have you joined a Discordian Discord?
There isn't one.
It's a little too on the nose.
Too chaotic to have that much organization. Operation Mindfuck is basically where any and every conspiracy is mocked by blaming it on the Bavarian Illuminati.
Mm-hmm. The Bavarian Naughty.
Yes. So, but yeah, I love Discordianism. It's fun. And it's silly. It has spawned a lot of stuff, including, like I said, we're going to talk, in the Discordian episode, we're going to talk a little bit about the Church of the Subgenius, which will get its own episode.
Hell yeah.
And it's also going to link in with chaos magic, because a lot of the principles of that come from Discordianism.
There we go.
So, yeah.
I like it.
Anyway, that's my new segment, where I pick something off Reddit and read it.
There you go. And I have some stuff that I've got banked for that as well, so that'll be fun.
Awesome. Okay, well, what have we got? What is X going to give to us?
Okay, all right. So X has something for us.
Mm-hmm.
So the picture is of a white-haired anime girl licking a dude's finger.
Oh, no.
And the post is, quote, I am being stalked by multiple succubi witches. How can I purify myself? I can't even go a single day without being forced to masturbate. I'd post in the succubus general, but that thread is for attracting, not dispelling. So first of all, how can this gentleman purify himself?
Well, he's being forced to masturbate, so what he has to do is masturbate before that, so he goes in empty.
There you go.
So masturbate more.
But then he'd just be shooting blanks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a point. They'll stop if they're not getting their needings met.
Well, what I like is the first reply is, quote, what, are they holding a gun to your head? Regarding the masturbation.
Yes. Mike, what were you going to say?
I don't remember.
Oh. Okay, I got another one. Here's his reply to that question. Quote, anytime I'm not dedicated to my abstinence, my hand begins to move on their own. It's like they possess my body and force me to waste my accumulated energy. If I resist, then my brain is filled with lewd thoughts until I succumb to their succubus ways.
That's being 16, isn't it?
That's just a dude that doesn't masturbate.
Enough.
Yeah, like
I said, the key is masturbating more.
This person doesn't realize that when a dude, especially a young dude, doesn't masturbate, you just get hornier and hornier and hornier until you either actually masturbate or you just, have a nocturnal emission.
You look like that scene
Wet
from
dream.
South Park with Randy at the computer.
There's a scary ghost.
Yeah.
And it's just a constant clock that, keeps resetting every time you nut.
Okay, but here's the thing. You said he was a teenager, right? He directly responds to that here. Quote, I'm 27, but thanks for trying to be condescending. Very helpful.
That's still,
You're still
in
young.
your prime.
Yeah.
With, a sex drive.
Oh, wait, no, I got a perfect idea. Do like me. Get on antidepressants.
True, yeah.
Kill
Here we
every
go.
urge you have.
Here we go. Here's an actual answer. Anytime you get a secual, it's secual. That's what they wrote.
Secual. Okay, good. Secual.
Anytime you get a secual thought about masturbating, recite the Lord's Prayer. If
Oh,
you don't know the
God.
prayer, learn it off by heart. Recite it repeatedly all day in your head as you go about your day. They will fuck off eventually.
That's just a recipe for a dude getting turned on by his own religion.
I just picture the dude standing there, just blazing eyes, holding his dick, going, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus.
So someone replied to him, thank you, the Lord's Prayer helped me overcome alcohol addiction, and I have faith it will help me here as well.
Yeah, he doesn't mention the meetings.
This is a roller coaster of a story so far.
Yeah, I was going to say, now the Lord's Prayer, that is part of AA, so sure, all right, I could see that.
Okay, here we go. Another reply. Dunno, but I'll visit you in your dreams tonight and give you a good time to relax, winky face. Not a succubus, by the way.
Sounds like
He's
a
an-
succubus would say.
I think that sounds like a homosexual incubus.
How did you piss them off so badly? Just gift them frankincense or myrrh or catnip or jewelry or whatever the fuck witches like, and they'll probably leave you alone. Women love free shit and succubi are women. Jesus Christ.
So Kevin, you mentioned the homosexual incubus, but
yes.
I read a theory that succubus or incubus doesn't depend on their actual gender, but on their role. So a bottom is a succubus, no matter what gender, and a top would be an incubus, whether it's, male or female.
You're going to have to write an episode on this, Mike, and I want you to do a lot of research.
Yeah, a whole lot. You're going to have to go to fanfiction.net.
I'm going to need a lot of lube for that.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, just a brief thread, but very, very funny replies. I enjoyed this one quite a bit.
Yeah. That's 27, huh?
27.
And believes in succubi.
And then also, apparently, he was addicted to alcohol for a while, so...
Oof.
Yikes.
Yeah.
So
I hope I don't know the person making this post. Just saying.
It's a big world.
It's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
I do have an important question for both of you to answer.
Okay.
I've been working on the Havana Syndrome drink. What color should it be?
Oh, I'm thinking green.
Yeah, so it's got to be a bright color for a tropical kind of
yeah,
Cuban thing. Maybe an orange, a bright orange, pinkish orange.
Yeah.
Like a Havana Nights sort of thing.
Yeah, something tropical in 80s.
Okay.
Like a Miami Vice pastel-y bright color.
Sure.
Sure. So
And probably sugar rimmed on the glass.
Ooh, you're trying to kill me now.
Yeah.
I like
it's
the way
not
you
good for your
think.
diabetes, but, like, damn, is it going to work?
Oh, yeah. So, before we wrap up and go to our question for the week, of which we have one.
I broke my chips.
Oh, no. Not them
The chips are down.
The chips come back at the end of the episode.
When the chips are down, so is Mike. So, we were talking before the show a little bit about... Do we want to talk any about Scientology, or do we want to save that for a whole episode?
I feel like we would probably want to do, like, a Scientology episode.
Okay, because, like, that commercial, and I've been finding, like, videos on how to do auditing and stuff, and I'm like, wow.
It'd be good for supernatural sources in the meantime.
Yeah, okay, we can do that.
Look at me generating content for us.
Yeah, I know. I think that may be on the list already, and I forgot about it.
There you go.
Yeah, I've actually been told by several people at work not to do it.
Yeah. No, I get it. Like, I live right near their base camp, so, like, I get it.
David, were you one of the people that was projecting the word sucks under their logo?
No, no.
Okay.
Unfortunately, no.
That would have been fun. So, let's see. What have we got for questions? Actually, we've got a few. First off, Man in Black asked something very, very important. This might be one of those questions. What do you think Jesus is? A cryptid? Zombie? Something else? This is all in fun, by the way.
I heard he's a superstar.
Okay, fair. Now, here's the thing. So Jesus shows back up with the holes in his hands, right? Mm-hmm. He's a lich.
Well, you know what? Even then, Jesus is just all right with me.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just saying, a cryptid, he's not an undiscovered animal. It's not a zombie because that is an animated corpse. A lich is a spirit that is reanimating its own corpse.
Now, could he be a tulpa?
Maybe the second coming would be a tulpa.
This was going to be my answer.
Oh, you think he's a tulpa? Just completely a tulpa?
I mean, if I had to pick anything other than, yeah, I would kind of agree. Like, at first he's just a dude, and then, if he actually did come back, which,
the second, yeah, like when he was resurrected, it was a tulpa.
It was either, they didn't understand that he wasn't quite dead.
Okay.
Not quite dead yet.
I'm getting better. We're mixing our Python movies. Well, here's the thing. What if... This is a crazy-ass theory here. Can you, in this case, create a tulpa and project it backwards in time?
No.
Like, Jesus existed because we believed... Like, people believe Jesus existed.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he had enough, followers at the time.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, like, now... I'm just saying, this is just me theorizing. Like, what if they were, yeah. Now, Fryhide was, saying something about what if Jesus was an alien? Which, we've seen that movie, it was called Prometheus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Prometheus.
Oh, Prometheus. I love the critics so goddamn much. Okay, now, Fryhide also brought up something, and we've got some answers for this. I know Mike does. Humans have been on the Earth for around 300,000 years, but dinosaurs were on the Earth for around 165 million years, but no one ever talks about dinosaur ghosts. Now, this was posted in r/shower thoughts. And Mike, do you remember why you brought up, what made you bring up dinosaur ghosts?
No.
Do you remember our episode, Things That Are Not?
Sort of.
Your explanation, we were a little drunk, but your explanation for the Loch Ness Monster
Oh, yes.
was dinosaur ghosts. So, what if all these sightings of modern-day dinosaurs are, in fact, dinosaur ghosts?
Well, I'll do you one better. What
Okay.
if historical accounts of dragons are just dinosaur ghosts?
Ooh. Good comeback. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Now, Ghost Forge, of course, said it's because the Velocipastors exorcised them all. I'm going to give them a lot of credit for that. That's pretty good.
So you bringing up dinosaurs reminds me of a fun fact I saw earlier this week.
They were delicious. No, what?
That the amount of time, it's one of these things, the amount of time from the Tyrannosaurus Rex to us is less than the amount of time from the Tyrannosaurus Rex to the Ankylosaurus.
Fuck you.
Fuck.
Or was it Stegosaurus? Might have been
Stegosaurus.
So apparently, like, Stegosaurus and Tyrannosaurs were nowhere near each other because
No, they weren't.
they were way separated by
Yeah.
time.
Stegosaurus was early dinosaur stuff,
Yeah.
and the Tyrannosaurus was actually toward the end around the time of the Triceratops.
Yeah. So that makes me think, what the fuck was the Stegosaurus afraid of?
Everything else.
Why did he
Allosaurus,
always-
probably.
Yeah,
Because the Tyrannosaurus is the descendant of the Allosaurus and various other sauropods like that. So there was a lot for it to be afraid of. Or could have been solar panels.
Well, I have seen some, thought that it could have also helped, at least partially helped with temperature regulation.
Yeah.
Just like the one with the big sail.
Yes, the Spinosaurus.
Yes.
Yeah, now you know what the thing on the end of a Stegosaurus's tail is called, right?
Thagomizer.
Pointy bits.
Yeah, David got it right. It's the Thagomizer, which was named by Eric Larson in a Far Side comic.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was no official name for that damn thing until he just made it up. It's, this part is known as a Thagomizer in memory of Thag Johnson. And scientists who read the Far Side thought that was the funniest goddamn thing in the world, and now it's called the Thagomizer. So,
Yep.
one more question from God the Emperor Ghost Forge. Given how little we know about the collapse of many ancient civilizations, do you think that there's room for the supernatural or the sudden lack thereof to be involved? Like, maybe Bigfoot's killing a bunch of people. Or, like, that's a thought. Like, some of the Western tribes here in the United States that that died, what if it was like a Bigfoot attack?
So, not smallpox blankets, but...
No. I'm talking about the ones that disappeared before the Spaniards ever showed up. The ones that we just recently found, like mass graves where they're just thrown in a pit by somebody.
Oh, so not killed by other tribes.
Nope, Bigfoot. I'm just saying, it's I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying that's what happened. But I'm saying that's what happened.
Unlikely.
Oh, come on. I think it was the Anasazis.
Because if big footses, if big footses
Bigfoots.
were so inclined, you think they would just have continued their murderous butchery? You don't just stop that cold turkey.
It's like Pringles or Lay's. Nobody can eat just one.
They would just been a problem for
Once
a
you
while.
pop, you can't stop.
Yes.
Oh, God. Well,
I think it'd be fun if you're like my entire culture was massacred by a Yeti. It'd be like, oh, that's fucking rad.
oh, yeah, no, came all the way over from Tibet, went on a rampage, went home with some scalps. I was like, fuck those guys. Now, here's one. He said, or the sudden lack thereof. What if, all right, you got Atlantis and Mu, right?
Okay.
The two lost civilizations, as it were, from antiquity. All right. What if their continents sank because magic just quit working? Like somebody
ran
discovered
out of
something.
mana?
Huh?
They ran out of mana.
Yeah, no, they just like wiped all the mana off the face of the earth and both islands just went bloop because the only thing holding them up was art or magic or something.
That'd be fun. Like, I got nothing to add. I just think that'd be cool.
Yeah, no, that'd be a great story for something. It's like, what happened? I don't know. Fucking magic quit working.
The day the magic died.
Yeah. And then what happened? Well, we decided to, like, seed civilization everywhere and teach them how to stack rocks.
And then the aliens showed up and got us back on track.
Yep, those white guys from Venus showed up and taught us how to do everything. Thank God. Oh, boy. Back to bookstore racism. Well, that's all we got this week.
What you got?
So,
I just read some very monkey paws-esque news. It's really not our normal scope, but it's just funny that, at least me, I know Kevin and I both feel very seething hatred for Funko Pops.
yeah.
I don't know how David feels. He
I've
might have a whole room.
I've got a couple, but
I have a
gifts.
few. I don't mind them. It's just another avenue for franchises to get merch out there.
But apparently their earnings call was terrible, and their held inventory is up 48%, and they're talking about just basically throwing them into a landfill.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's like on one hand, I always wanted Funko Pops to go away, but I didn't want them to become a literal liquid. I don't know where.
Like it's
a literal
just like,
super fund issue.
Like what it is. It's just like the comics market in the '90s, the speculative market of like
of course,
yeah. It's literally just a repeat of that.
It's just they thought the money fire hose would never end, and now it's ending.
Well, I mean, the big thing is they're plastic, they're useless, and eventually everybody's going to get tired of it.
Well, yeah.
I've got the only ones that matter for me. Somebody gave me some, and one of my longtime friends from college, David, maybe you remember this, sent me a custom-made Coda Funko Pop from Mailbox Rocket Ship.
Yeah.
Which is one of my favorite things.
I started making a Dash one because I bought a blank Funko Pop and I started using modeling clay, but I never got a chance to finish it.
Oh,
That's
man,
one of the projects
you totally should.
I know. It's on the list of things to do, the list of 50 billion things to do.
That's true. We do have long lists.
Yep.
Apparently they're bleeding money renting shipping containers to hold all the excess inventory.
Shit.
They produced way too much.
Yes.
Like I don't get it. Like if you're going to create a collectible, you have to create scarcity.
When you go to Target and like the whole back goddamn wall is Funkos, maybe there's too many.
It's always just ugly to me. It's like I want things that look like the things I like, not something that looks like a horribly deformed version of the thing I like.
But if it's like the only way I'm going to get a figure of a certain niche sort of thing.
I guess.
I mean, okay.
Admittedly, the only Funko I had was the portal turret. Because, at the time,
it looked like it.
It wasn't super horribly deformed with a giant head, and it was roughly, it was fairly accurate.
Yeah.
And then that thing fell apart because the legs fell off. Now,
I've got two. I've got Tom Servo that I bought.
Yeah.
Tom Servo and Crow.
Well, okay.
Okay, you're going to laugh at me. I have about 15.
That's not bad.
It's not as bad as some people I know.
Like, because right now, looking across from me from my bookshelf, I have my Freddy Krueger, Leatherface, Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, and Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, all right, but that's like stuff you're interested in already. You're not collecting them because
I'm not going to buy one just because like it's a speculative thing.
You're not one of those guys.
This thing's
no, I mean I've
certainly
got
going to go up.
Like one that I've always wanted and I can't justify buying it is like the giant, because you've seen the giant ones, right?
Yeah.
I want a giant Godzilla one because I collect Godzilla shit.
Oh, you want it to scale?
Yeah, I wanted like the big ass Godzilla one. I just don't. But instead, I got this nice little like little kawaii chibi Godzilla bank that looks cuter. So I'm good.
Yeah,
I forgot. I also have the Diva from Overwatch.
Oh, right. Yeah, you got the mech with the
Funko.
little figure in it.
And that thing sucks ass because
it does.
can't stand up. It like face plants. So
Every
you
goddamn
can't
time.
display the motherfucker outside of the box because it just falls over.
Yeah, some of the early ones that I have when they were first coming out, they didn't balance all too well.
Well,
Most of them were fine.
This is like, I mean, admittedly, it wasn't first round. And it's not, new, but it's not old either. I'd say it's probably in the middle, kind of from their heyday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've got like some Star Wars ones.
I guess it is kind of like one of their first bigger ones because it's, bigger because it has a little diva figure that goes in it. But, it's kind of one of their first of the bigger than their regular size.
I do have Krillin from Dragon Ball Z, but it almost looks normal.
Well, that's Krillin. He's horribly deformed anyway.
Goku! Yeah. Sorry, voices.
No, it's
always for the voices. Oh, man.
But yeah, I got a Crow and I got a Tom Servo as well.
Yeah. I had to. I had to. They look great. And when I dress up in my Joel costume and I can't bring full-size Servo, I bring those two in my pockets.
Well, and the other thing is, the minute someone sees you own one, that's what they're going to buy for you. They're like,
God.
they like the Funko Pops, and that's why I have like 5 different Walking Dead ones.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always, I got you this as a gift. It's like, oh, thanks. Shit. Yeah. But it's fine.
At least I like Lego.
Yeah, but Lego's way more expensive.
Well, yeah, but it's still, you're never disappointed with a gift of Lego.
That's
I mean,
true.
They could give me the shittiest Lego set, and I'd be like, hey, at least I could build whatever the fuck I want with it.
I still want that Lego monkey. The one where you build the monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want a monkey painted out of Legos.
I actually want, speaking of toys, I want to get a couple of those new Super Mario Brother movie toys.
I haven't seen them.
That Bowser's cool as hell. It does like little vapor breath.
Right, yeah.
With
that
backlight,
is cool.
yeah.
Bowser vaping?
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of breathing
it's Jack
fire.
Black, so of course he's vaping.
Yeah. We ought to start a toy podcast.
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Honestly, just like a pop culture cast.
Three of us are very toy heavy, I imagine.
We are.
Yeah. Or even just talking about like, hey, what pop culture thing did you do this week? Like, I watched this show or whatever.
So like a Memberberry podcast.
Yeah, member berries basically, but because again, it's just I think part of the reason people tune into the show is just to hear us like shoot the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean that's any podcast.
Yeah.
Half the reason you start the podcast is the subject matter. You come for the subject matter. You stay for the personalities.
Yeah, we're having an off-the-air discussion right now.
You ever wonder what goes on behind the scenes when we're not recording?
This is it. So yeah,
just think of this as pulling back the curtain.
We'll talk about that a little bit because I'm pretty sure Gagey Boy here at the house would love to be involved in that one because he loves movies and horror. You and him would probably get along very well, David.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure. And we could. It'd be easier for us to get like guests to come in.
Yeah, true.
Because with Week in Weird, that's usually our only time to really get a guest in.
And also, well, we do need to talk about that after we're done. Anyway, we'll talk about that here in a bit. So, that's pretty much it. David, do you have anything you want to plug before we go?
Yeah, you know what? Read my fucking webcomic, Cosmic Dash. I don't plug it enough.
No, you don't. Read all of David's webcomics. I really love where RG Bots is right now with Green Dead. I love that discussion of... I just love that fuck that and fuck you.
So I've been on a little bit of like a narrative kick on RG Bots because we had that whole big bear story and now he's dead. But,
he got mauled by a fucking bear.
Yeah, but with Cosmic Dash, I'm doing the normal comic and the anthology series, and I've been able to past couple weeks do a page an update every week on either of them. So it's been nice to move the story along. I'm almost done with that really metal 80s hyper violent robot thing that I'm doing.
Yes, I can't wait to start inking for you again.
Yeah, I have a story that I'm gonna because I don't want to add a new anchor in the middle of a larger ongoing story.
No, totally understand.
So, but again, this is off the air shit. Why are we talking about this now?
Yeah, let's do that later. Anyway, David's check out David's stuff at what website can they go to?
Go to cosmicdash.com, and then if you want to see the anthology series, there's a link to it right on the site So
there you
do
go.
that too. Yeah.
All right. And you can find him on Mastodon at...
Oh, yes. HP Comic at horrorhub.club.
Yes. All right, Mike, if you got anything you want to plug, any socials?
I agree. I agree. Everyone should go plug David's comic hole.
Yes.
Yes, plug his comic hole.
I love having my comic hole filled.
All comic holes filled with hot readership.
Hot clicks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You like that? You dirty art hoe. All right. We're going to move on from that. You can find us on Mastodon. You can find me at Kotaotan, Kotaotan, at retro.pizza. You can find the show at supernatpod at horrorhub.club. Mike is also on Mastodon, but I don't remember his handle.
Yeah, I don't either.
I've got it linked on the show's
Doobly-doos.
Masto account. Yes.
Masticist
account. You can also find everything you need to know about the show at supernatpod.rocks, including our contact information, our Patreon.
I think it's just at Mike and LN at techhub.social.
There you go. All right. I don't think he posts, but it's there.
Yeah, no, I just follow people. Just like my Twitter.
And just like he does in the bushes outside your house.
I'm a stalker.
Yeah. Again, supernatpod.rocks for all your supernatpod needs. So thank you, everyone, for listening. We would not keep doing this if it weren't for you. We enjoy doing the show, but holy crap, is it great to have people that enjoy listening to it. So, thanks
Kevin
again.
only likes to do it with an audience.
Damn straight. This is getting needlessly sick. All right, we will see you guys next week. So until then, stay safe and stay frosty. Goodbye. Fill them holes.
Damn it.
Call it Rocky.